There is one category of people that has fascinated me for a long time. These individuals are brilliant Jewish people, and the category is Jewish brilliance. Although every nation and ethnic group has smart and simple people, deep and shallow, sensitive and crude, in this essay we'll be talking about intellect and intellectual Jewish people. Jewish people are universally admired for their intelligence, high IQ, for the great quantity of Nobel Award laureates on one side, and respected for their extreme historic adversities, pain, and sufferings during centuries of persecution and extermination. Due to a recent rise of anti-Semitism, it is especially important to talk about this ethnic group of people, discussing both their painful history and their brilliant minds in their contribution to the world. Thomas Cahill started his book The Gift of the Jews by saying, "The Jews started it all. Without the Jews we would see, hear, even feel the world differently. There is simply no one else remotely like them, the inventors of Western culture." This is a video essay. While listening to this essay and seeing multiple images of brilliant people, please think about it as a long and meaningful toast for Jewish people and their extraordinary accomplishments despite centuries of adversities, the toast that carries the weight of history and expresses its meaning through the sincere appreciation of their astonishing achievements. The video consists of 6 interconnected parts. Part 1, Jewish brilliance, mathematics and medicine and other related fields of science. Part 2, Jewish brilliance, music and cinema. Part 3, Jewish Nobel laureates, brilliant minds. Part 4, human qualities of brilliant Jewish people. Part 5, anti-Semitism and how to challenge it. And Part 6, conclusion, a tribute to the Jewish contribution to the world and Jewish brilliance. I want to start with a famous saying of Friedrich Nietzsche, who was discussing meaning in life and strong sense of purpose that can help people to navigate adversities and suffering in their lives, help to survive, which is the essence of existentialism philosophy. He wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." From hardships of Ukraine and Moldova, from broken bodies, shattered glass, and whispered prayers of grief in Russia, Ukraine, and Germany, from centuries of pogroms, massacres, extermination, anti-Semitism, and Holocaust, emerged minds that would change the world. Jews, despite centuries of persecution, rose to extraordinary heights in science, music, and philosophy. They carried with them not only the scars of history, but also an unbreakable spirit and a relentless pursuit of excellence. One of the greatest Jewish minds of the 20th century was Albert Einstein. He revolutionized physics with his theory of relativity, published in 1905 and then in 1916, altering humanity's understanding of space and time as a new and fourth dimension. His work paved the way for modern physics and nuclear energy, making him a symbol of intellectual brilliance and perseverance. This ultimate Nobel laureate, the father of them all, the genius extraordinary, this Jewish man deserved to be named as the person of century in 1999 by the Time magazine for his scientific brilliance. The legacy of Jewish scientific excellence extends to brilliant Nobel-winning physicists of the 20th century. Let's briefly mention some of these extraordinary Jewish people. Niels Bohr, who helped lay the foundation of atomic structure. Max Born, a pioneer in quantum mechanics. James Franck, who revolutionized both theoretical and applied quantum physics. Isidor Isaac Rabi, who discovered nuclear magnetic resonance, a basis of modern MRI technology. The four mentioned extraordinary Jewish physicists, Nobel laureates, Bohr, Frank, Einstein, and Rabi, four giants who helped bridge the gap from classical Newton's physics to quantum mechanics and unveiled the invisible rules that govern our universe at its most fundamental level. Who else? Albert Michelson, the first American to win a Nobel Prize in Science, who measured the speed of light, laying the foundation for the Einstein's relativity theory. Karl Schwarzschild, known for his discovery of the metric as the first known solution to Einstein equations of general relativity. Steven Weinberg, who deepened the understanding of the particle physics. Lev Landau, a Soviet brilliant physicist who made groundbreaking contribution to quantum mechanics. Eugene Wigner, a Hungarian-American theoretical physicist who contributed to the theory of the atomic nucleus and the elementary particles. Edward Teller, also a Hungarian-American theoretical physicist known as the father of the hydrogen bomb. Leo Szilard, another Hungarian-American physicist who developed a nuclear chain reaction that led to the development of nuclear energy and who co-wrote with Eugene Wigner, Edward Teller, and Albert Einstein a prodigious Einstein-Szilard letter in 1939 to President Franklin D. Roosevelt to warn him about the potential of a German atomic bomb and to urge him and to urge the United States to develop its own nuclear weapon program. Robert Oppenheimer, a theoretical physicist who served as a director of the Manhattan Project, often called the father of atomic bomb. Richard Feynman, who deepened our understanding of quantum electrodynamics. Amy Noether, the woman who gave us the laws of the universe but was nearly forgotten, a mathematical genius who defied the odds in a time when women were rarely welcomed in science, earned a PhD and revolutionized theoretical physics, influencing both quantum mechanics and Einstein general relativity. Einstein himself called her the most significant creative mathematical genius of her time. And many, many more brilliant Jewish intellectual physicists of the highest order. From oppression to extraordinary heights in physics. One of the most famous scientific meetings of the 20th century, 5th 1927 Solvay International Conference in Brussels, Belgium, that considered the high point of the debate over the interpretation of quantum mechanics and discussed electrons and protons. It featured 29 brilliant minds, and among them 17 Nobel Prize winners. Often called the most intelligent picture ever taken, featured 5 Jewish physicists from 29 attendees, representing 1 out of 6 scientists at that international conference and almost 1 out of 3 for the Nobel Prize winners: Bohr, Born, Einstein, and Pauli. Also, among 6 founding fathers of quantum mechanics at the beginning of the 20th century in that famous picture, Bohr, Heisenberg, Kramer, Dirac, Born, and Pauli, 50%, were Jewish: Born, Bohr, and Pauli. From oppression to extraordinary heights. In mathematics. In the realm of mathematics and economics, Jewish people were also very prominent. As I mentioned, Amy Noether, as we already said, the most significant creative mathematical genius according to Einstein of her time. John von Neumann, the father of game theory and the pioneer of computing, transformed strategic thinking. Milton Friedman, an American economist and statistician who won the 1976 Nobel Memorial Prize in Economics and known for developing theory of monetarism that reshaped modern economics. Vladimir Arnold, a genius Russian mathematician who was nominated for the Fields Medal the highest honor a mathematician could receive and influenced generations of world mathematicians, Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel-winning Israeli-American psychologist, a Nobel Memorial Prize winner in economic sciences, who reshaped our understanding of human decision-making and behavioral economics, influencing many economic fields from finance to public policy. All this Jewish brilliance in physics, math, and economics. Be kind to these people. What about one of the most complex intellectual games in the world? Chess, that requires deep intellect and creativity in its pure form to win. Who are chess people? The world of chess is epitomized by Jewish chess masters. Jewish players and chess theoreticians have long been involved in the game of chess and have significantly contributed to the development of this intellectual game. Of the 13 undisputed chess world champions, 6, about 50%, were Jewish or had Jewish ancestry. William Steinitz, Emanuel Lasker, Mikhail Botvinnik, Mikhail Tal, Bobby Fischer, and Garry Kasparov. Most of the modern school chess players and most of the chess theoreticians are predominantly Jewish. Be kind to these people. From persecution to extraordinary heights. In medicine, the legacy of Jewish scientific medical excellence also demonstrates extraordinary physicians and bacteriologists like Jonas Salk, the eldest son of Russian Jewish immigrants who developed the polio vaccine, eradicating the disease in much of the world and saving millions of lives, Jewish lives, Christian lives, Muslim lives, Hindu lives, human lives. Waldemar Hafkin, who developed vaccines against cholera and plague, saving countless lives and pioneering modern bacteriology. Paul Ehrlich, a Nobel Prize winner in physiology and medicine who pioneered immunology, chemotherapy, hematology. Ulrich shared his Nobel Prize with another eminent Russian Jewish immunologist, Ilya Mechnikov. Karl Landsteiner, a Nobel Prize winner in physiology and medicine, who discovered the main blood groups and often called the father of transfusion medicine. Salman Waxman, a son to Russian Jewish immigrants, an American inventor, a Nobel Prize laureate, biochemist and microbiologist who discovered streptomycin, the first antibiotic effective against tuberculosis, dramatically reducing global mortality rate. Baruch Blumberg, an American Jewish physician and geneticist who identified the hepatitis B virus and developed a vaccine that has saved millions from liver disease. Blumberg was co-recipient of the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine with Daniel Gajusek, an American physician and researcher of Hungarian Jewish descent. Gertrude Elion, a daughter of Lithuanian Jewish immigrants and Nobel Prize winner in Physiology and Medicine, a chemist who developed groundbreaking drugs for leukemia, malaria, and organ transplants, revolutionizing modern physiology and pharmacology. Fritz Haber, who synthesized ammonia and received the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Synthesized ammonia. It estimated that this discovery of ammonia played a crucial role in global food production, supporting food supply for nearly half the world's population. Fritz Haber was called one of the most important scientists and industrial chemists in human history. Rosalind Franklin, a British Jewish chemist and X-ray crystallographer who pioneered work in DNA genetic research and played a crucial role in uncovering the double helix even before Watson and Crick's DNA discovery, a global achievement of modern genetics. Robert Ledley pioneered the use of digital computers in biology and medicine and revolutionized medical imaging. Paul Zoll, a Jewish American cardiologist who saved countless lives with the invention of cardiac pacemaker and cardiac defibrillator. Christian lives, Jewish lives, Muslim lives, all human lives in the invention of the cardiac pacemaker and cardiac defibrillator. Jewish healing brilliance, medical healing brilliance for all people, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, agnostic, all people, for all humanity. Be kind to these people.